Hello? All right, there we go. Can you guys hear me now? Hello? I'm not going to start the stream until I can get any feedbacks from you guys, if you guys can hear me. All right, okay, cool. All right, hello, Masterface, Zarin Perry's awesome channel, Zach Pro Good Game. Welcome, everyone, to the season 2019 SpongeBob Roblox Series live review. So, I know I see a lot of familiar faces, so you guys should already know how this stream goes. And yeah, so this is the final live review of the SpongeBob Roblox series for the Sponge Reviewer. This is the final quote unquote season. This is actually a bonus season that only lasted for only 4 out of the 7 episodes were only produced. And this is going to be a fairly short stream. So once again, if you guys have any questions regarding to the SpongeBob Roblox series or anything, it can be any questions you can ask. It doesn't have to be related to the subject. It can be any questions. Please follow guidelines as always. And yeah, so without further ado, we are going to get started. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and quickly turn on present mode, and so we can begin. All right, so starting off the season is Patrick's Magic Carpet, airing on January 1st of 2019. And when Patrick buys a new carpet from an antique store, he discovers that it's magical. So yeah, season 2019, the reason this season came to be is because that after I ended the original run of the series, I actually had an idea in mind of other episodes that I could have possibly made for the series. And this was one of them, about Patrick obtaining a magical carpet with genies and fairies and all of those fairy tale creatures are all present in this episode. So one of the highlights of this episode, of course, is Patrick purchasing the magic carpet. He then realizes that it's magic. It floats from the ground, and Patrick ends up riding on the carpet, and he actually likes it. So SpongeBob hears about it. He actually tags along with Patrick, flying around in the carpet. And yeah, so those are some of the highlights of this episode. If you guys have not seen it, of course. Yeah, so that is Patrick's Magic Carpet in a nutshell. Oh yeah, there's another scene in the episode where Patrick and SpongeBob confronts this genie, and in order to return back home, they must have to clear this obstacle course created by the genie. And yeah, that's how the episode goes. So that is Patrick's Magic Carpet. All right, so now that I've finished with that, I'm going to go ahead and check the live chat again, and to see if you guys have any questions regarding to anything. If you guys have any, of course. Okay, so we have 6 people watching, which is great. I like that episode. Well, okay, that's pretty good, Zarin Perry's awesome channel. I'm glad that you enjoyed the episode as much as I did. All right, I'm going to go ahead and move on since I don't see any questions being asked. All right, so next is Nuts of Glory. Sandy faces serious consequences when she grows a giant nut in her garden and tries to eat it. Well, I'm going to go fix that real quick, because it was supposed to be in her garden. All right, there we go. So yeah, this was actually a Sandy-centered episode. So yeah, Sandy grows a giant nut in her garden. Like, she has a garden, she grows a nut, and when she tries to eat it, it comes to life. So this nut is sentient. He tells Sandy that nuts have feelings too. Sandy doesn't take the advice. She ends up eating the nut, and then this other nut in her garden grows from the ground, sees that Sandy is eating the nut, and then he basically goes underground to tell their their ruler, which is this king over here in the center. So yeah, this episode has original characters that I came up with, and there are these talking nut characters. Yeah, they kind of look like eggs because they're oval shaped, but yeah, they're supposed to be nuts. And yeah, so Sandy then gets kidnapped by one of the nuts in her garden, and then the nuts bring Sandy to their lair, and then Sandy is locked in a cage, and she has to escape by basically pulling out this oven, and then the oven basically burns the nuts. And yeah, so that's the episode in the nutshell. No pun intended. So yeah, this was actually a really interesting episode that I came up with. It's because I wanted this to be a Sandy-centered episode, and I never really had that many Sandy-centered episodes in the SpongeBob Roblox series. I've only had a few. Some examples I can come up with is Bad Fur Day, Airborne. Those are some Sandy-centered episodes in the SpongeBob Roblox series. Oh yeah, fun fact, Squirrel Season was an episode from season 2016 that never ended seeing the light of day, because there was actually a problem where I accidentally broke my microphone. And because I broke the microphone, I just canceled the episode entirely, so that episode never saw the light of day. So that's what happened to Squirrel Season. But yeah, this is actually makes it up for it. Nuts of Glory. Alright, so that's that episode. Alright, so next we have is The Bubble of No Return, episode 58A. SpongeBob annoys his friends with his new bubble blower, and everyone in Bikini Bottom pays him back. So, as the episode implies, SpongeBob gets a new bubble blower. He basically plays around with it, and because it's annoying his friends, they decide to get SpongeBob back. So what they do is they bring him to Bikini Park, and then they blow a giant bubble of their own, and then the bubble hold up. And then SpongeBob gets trapped in the bubble, and the bubble flies away, and that's how the episode plays out. And as you guys can see here, Bubble Buddy makes a appearance in this episode, and this is the only episode in the SpongeBob Roblox series where Bubble Buddy appears in the show. He doesn't appear anywhere else in the previous episodes. This is the only episode he appeared in, is because that I wanted Bubble Buddy to have a somewhat role in this episode. So the reason Bubble Buddy is even in this episode is because that SpongeBob lands on an island because of these seagulls over here. You guys can see the screenshot over here. There are these seagulls. They pop the bubble that SpongeBob was floating in, and he falls into this island, and that's where he meets with Bubble Buddy. And then SpongeBob tells Bubble Buddy that his friends paid him back for pulling a prank with his bubble blower, and then Bubble Buddy then tells SpongeBob that he's a good friend and whatnot, and so SpongeBob then returns back home, apologizes to Patrick, and then they own up for their mistakes, and that's how the episode ends. Basically, SpongeBob apologizes to Patrick, he then accepts his apology, and that's how it goes. And yeah, that is The Bubble of No Return. All right. And last but not least, the last episode that I've made for season 2019, and that is a Plankton funhouse. Plankton opens a funhouse to lure SpongeBob, Patrick, Squidward, and Sandy to their doom. And about this episode, you guys, I did make an update on my main channel announcing that this episode was originally canceled only because that when I was actually working on the episode, I had it finished, and then when I went back to rewatch it again to double check to see if there weren't any errors in it, I've went to open back up Movie Maker, and I noticed that the rest of the episode's files was removed. And so what ended up happening is that I've released the episode unfinished. I've only released the first 6 minutes of the episode, and the rest of the episode remained lost, thus this episode being unfinished. This is the second unfinished episode of the SpongeBob Roblox series, first being Patty Hyper from season 2015, And if you guys can recall from that episode, it was about SpongeBob bringing back the Pretty Patties from the Patty Hype episode from season 2. And yeah, so this episode ended up being unfinished. Is because that I lost the rest of the footage of this episode. So yeah, that's what happened. So I ended up only releasing the first 6 minutes of the episode, and the episode remained at a cliffhanger. So you guys weren't able to see the rest of the episode. So that's what happened to that. Now I'm going to go ahead and talk about some of the highlights of this episode before I move back to the comments. To move back to the live chat. And yeah, so one of the highlights of this episode is Plankton opening the funhouse. You got this screenshot right here. Another highlight is this giant Mr. Krabs in the episode. So Plankton ends up using the security cameras, and each of the security cameras revealed a door that each of SpongeBob's friends went in to be lured to their dooms. So Patrick's room was this giant Mr. Krabs in the kitchen. Squidward's room was out in this park area with a dog. Another room was SpongeBob in this room full of mirrors, and inside the mirrors there was like a dragon in the mirrors. So yeah, those were some of the highlights of Plankton Plankton Funhouse. And of course, you got Plankton over here with his hat and a megaphone. And yeah, he's flying around in a clown car from the Super Mario games because I thought that would be a really cool reference, I guess. But yeah. All right, so those are all of the episodes that I had made. And that doesn't mean that's the end of the season yet, because I've only made. Wait, hold on. Let me check something real quick. So yeah, I've only made 4 out of the 7 episodes in season 2019, only because of personal reasons. Yeah, so the reason I didn't continue the rest of season 2019 is because of personal reasons. And I wasn't able to continue the rest of season 2019, so I've decided to just end off the rest of the series with Plankton Funhouse. I stopped the rest of season 2019 with Plankton Funhouse. Thus, these episodes right here, Jelly Bob, The Pirates of Bikini Bottom, and Marshall Mars being unfinished. They weren't made. These episodes were not made because of personal reasons. And yeah, so that's it. Now, I'm not done with the stream yet, is because that I will quickly discuss these last 3 episodes before I end off the stream. And yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and check the live chat to see if you guys have anything to say. All right, let's see. No, Zach Pro, good game. I do not play Mortal Kombat. I've never played Mortal Kombat. I've heard of the franchise, but I've never played any of the games. So yeah. All right, so that was the only question next. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to quickly talk about these last 3 episodes that weren't made. First of them being Jelly Bob. So in Jelly Bob, in this episode, SpongeBob gets stung by a venomous jellyfish. And because of the side effects, it turns him into a jellyfish. And because of this, Patrick has to come up with a way to return SpongeBob back to his normal state, or else he'll become a jellyfish forever. So that was the premise of Jelly Bob. I can't explain what the episode could have been, is because, of course, I haven't actually made it, but this was going to be an episode for season 2019, but because of personal reasons, I couldn't make the episode. And no, I will not tell you guys those personal reasons, is because that is none of your business. It's personal, and I do not want to talk about my personal life on the internet. So that's the reason why I don't talk about this kind of stuff. All right, so the next episode for season 2019 that hasn't been made, and that is titled Pirates of Bikini Bottom. And in this episode, it's about a gang of pirates crashing their ship into the Krusty Krab, and they steal the cash register. And so Mr. Krabs, SpongeBob, and Squidward goes on a pirate adventure to stop the pirates and retrieve back the cash register, which has money and all that stuff. So that was the premise of Pirates of Bikini Bottom. And last but certainly not least is Marshalling Mars. And in this episode, wait, hold on a second. All right, there we go. So in this episode, SpongeBob and Patrick discovers an alien crash lands in the Bikini Bottom. And because the alien doesn't know where he's at, SpongeBob and Patrick decides to go on the space mission to return the alien back home to his planet. And yeah, that's your basic premise. An alien crash lands in the Bikini Bottom. SpongeBob and Patrick discovers the alien. The alien is lost. He wants to go back home. And so SpongeBob and Patrick goes on the space mission to return him back to his home planet. And that's the episode in a nutshell. Yeah, and that's it. That pretty much wraps up season 2019. And yeah, I know the stream was fairly short, but that's because this was a fairly short season, not that much. And because of that, that is the end of SpongeBob SquarePants, the Roblox series. That is the end of the series. There is no more episodes to be made. The series is over, and that is about it. That is it. All right, so I'm going to go back to the live chat real quick. Hello, Hanifa Dundee. Is that how you pronounce? Yeah, that's how you pronounce your name. And hello, Apple and Orchids. Well, you guys came at a long. I'm sorry. You guys came at the worst possible time. Is because that I am pretty much done with the stream. I've already covered I've already covered everything of season 2019. If you guys would have came sooner, I would have stayed here. But if you guys want to ask any last minute questions, please do so. It's because that I am going to end off the stream. Yes, I know I'm not planning on doing anything else for the stream. Is because that the stream was only dedicated to my live review of season 2019. So yeah, you guys came at the last possible minute. Is because that I'm about to wrap things up here. Yeah, I know this is a fairly short stream. That's only because that season 2019 is fairly short. I didn't have much to say about the episode. So yeah, so let's see. You guys missed it. Yes, you guys did. But yeah, so this is going to be my last live stream I'll be doing here on EB the Sponge Reviewers. So if you guys would like to support more of my live streams, I highly suggest you subscribe to EB the Original Master, which is my main channel, which is listed in the description below. So if you guys don't have any last minute questions, then I guess I can end off the stream here. So yeah, thank you guys for coming here. My favorite season is season 2017. That is my favorite season. So yeah, that's it. That's all I have for this stream. So if you guys came at the last minute, I am sorry, but don't worry. More streams are still to come for my channel. What, as in my channel, as in my main channel. That's what I meant. I'm not going to be streaming anymore on this channel. Is because that I've only wanted to do that for here. So yeah. I mean, if you have a question, you don't have to say I have a question. You can just immediately ask your question. So if you have a question, go ahead and ask it. You don't have to say I have a question, but yeah. So what is your question, Video Bird? What is your question if you have one? Well, Video Bird is asking his question. How are your guys? How is everyone doing today? Are you guys having a good day or not? I've just literally asked that question. I've already answered that question already about streams. I've said it already that this is the last stream on EB the Sponge Reviewer. If you guys will like more streams, that will be held on my main channel. The only reason I've streamed here is because that I wanted to do the season 29, the season live reviews of the SpongeBob Roblox series. And since I'm done with that, I don't see a need to stream anymore on this channel. So if you guys would like to support more of my live streams, you will have to subscribe to EB the Original Master, which is my main channel. It's in the links below. So yeah, if you guys would like to support more of my streams, then you're going to have to subscribe to EB the Original Master, my main channel. All right, I think that's about it. I'm going to go ahead and end up the stream here. So yeah, thank you guys for coming. If you guys just came at the last minute, then I am sorry. If you guys would like to hear my explanations of the episodes, then you'll have to rewatch the stream archived. So yeah, thank you guys for coming. Have a great Saturday. Yeah, I know the stream was very short, but that was the point. And yeah, so thank you guys for coming, and I will see you guys next time. See you later.